Hello, you all. Hi, it is Tease today. Good afternoon, good evening. I hope all are well. Hope all are safe. Allow me to squeeze this out in one breath. But I was thinking again because I kind of have, more epiphanies, a little bit of thing to come here and there. But there was it was actually a few scenarios of literally, well, pretty much I had my own scenario when I asked, like, okay, what the hell happened to us? Like, how do you go from being rulers of the earth to literally rulers of the underworld? Because that'll be the next destination. Is our destination as far as now is death. Like, we're literally being genocided, gentrified, left for dead, and we're not even at the end of the line. It used to be one of those things where it's like, okay, well, you're here, but you're in the background, or you're here, but you're just a slave, or you're here, but you're just a help. Like, the niggers that are literally still in corporate or still quote unquote normal, they're either sellouts, not real niggers, or they're not. There's a catch to it. There's a huge catch to it. Because literally, if you're just the exception to the rule, that kind of goes beyond affirmative action. It's kind of like you're just a lucky or a token Negro. Whatever it is, it's like that's not the average Negro, if you will. So pretty much I was wondering what happened, and then another guy was pretty much saying, and this kind of blew my mind, because I'm thinking like, huh? You get people, and then you got so many niggas, they into so many different things, you don't know what is what, who is who, you see what I'm saying? And I could probably tell you, oh, it's because you didn't eat your vegetables, and some people might be confused, and some people might be saying, oh, you know what, I could use a dose of vegetables, but basically there was some man that's pretty much, and I don't know what to call these type of people, because like I said, there's so many different type of Negroes. And I listened to everybody just to see what can I get from this information. But he was pretty much saying, he said, we need to get back to how we used to be, like pretty much when we were into sorcery and dark magic and witchcraft. Pretty much, he was basically saying we need to get back to witchcraft. And I'm thinking like, huh? I kind of had to step back, and I'm thinking like, and I'm not going to say, here's another thing too. I couldn't really say, what the hell are you talking about? We ain't never been into witchcraft, because there's other sectors of the black community where they'll tell the women, remember when you used to be a witch? Or when you used to do, and here's a huge difference. There's a difference between being a healer and a flat out witch. And then some people say there's no such thing as a good witch or a bad witch. I've been accused of being a witch, but with me, I feel like I don't need any tokens, potions, or blood, or I don't have to do any damn rituals. I feel like I'm powerful enough to get the job done, and maybe that's what makes me powerful, or maybe that's what makes me effective, because I actually know, I feel it from within. Like I can put it this way: if I can kill people with my eyes, there'd be bodies everywhere. Like literally, that's how I feel. I feel like whatever I'm gonna do and whatever power that I have is from within. I can promise you, I don't have to beat pots and pans to make anything happen. But anyway, he was pretty much saying that we need to get back to sorcery. We were into sorcery. So one part of me was like, okay, well, I can get it, because I know there's some women who call themselves or who have made videos to where they were like, well, we were the witch. How you how you have movies of women or rumors of women being witches, but witches always have that, it has a negative undertone, so that's why I'm thinking like, okay, you probably were a quote unquote witch. It might be good to you, but it just sounds bad. Like if I could literally come out like, oh, how you doing, guys? It's Tease, the witch from Oz, and some people be like, what the hell is going on here? Some people might relate, because like I said, we are into sorcery right now. Some people might be saying, my savior, I might be the new Pink Jesus. But again, is that what we need though? Do we really need sorcery? And that's probably the reason for our demise. But they said that whatever the hell we were into that made us turn pink, I would say now that will require some sorcery and witchcraft and bestiality, and that's one part. Like I said, there's so many different sectors to the Negro. Like what the hell is this? But I guess from the inside and the outside looking in, what will the Negroes need to get back to their rightful? I think what you need you. That's what you need. You need to come together and get, like, man, I might do people like you. You see what I'm saying? Our problem is we feel like we can't do anything without somebody holding our hand through. Literally, we can be the robot machine like we were in slavery, but still need somebody to hold our hand to sweep the floor. You see what I'm saying? So it's like I'm thinking where we go wrong, it is needing the entourage. Even if it's a fan base, even if it's the pink men and the pink women, even if it's always something, because what I've noticed, literally from the inside looking in, what I've noticed from every angle, even in movies. There was a movie that I was watching, and yesterday, I didn't catch the name of it, but it was kind of like an old fashioned, not necessarily a slavery movie, but it was one of those, you know, the Negro, basically like a Negro. For some reason, I keep wanting to say a slave movie. It wasn't a slave movie, but it definitely was one of those. It was a Negro movie. I would just call it a Negro movie. But the moral of it was, you know, you'll have these men and women. Well, actually, you have someone that's well dressed. It's like, okay, well, this is me. I'm upping my appearance. You know, they wear the suits. You know, and all these people, they don't have much money. You know, until they get to where, you know, they get successful, or until they get to where they need to get. But they seem to be, or they appear to be doing really well. But the catch in the background, there was a few catches in the movie. So the catch was, there's a pink person somewhere in there. So there was a lady, she was kind of a tailor, like she does men's suits. I think she does dresses too. So basically she makes clothes. So where she was working with the pink man, she was working there making clothes, but she wasn't getting paid much. So while she's literally getting paid nickels on the dollar and working for this company where she's making all of these clothes and getting $0, so to speak. And then it'll get to the point where she can make clothes, but she just can't afford the fabric. So pretty much, long story short, she was working for a pink man, and she didn't really arrive until the pink man's son pretty much released the fabrics to her, you know, because he figured, hey, the workers could use, and these are mixed workers. They had some, and I want to say this was the only Negro on the job. So she was the only Negro lady on the job, but it was other poor pink women working, you know, in this knitting company making clothes. So long story short, the melanated lady who was really great at making, she was literally making all of these beautiful clothing, but not getting any money for it, like pretty much working for free. So again, long story short, she didn't quite arrive, or she didn't quite, you know, begin to make ends meet or to feel comfortable by her work until the pink man's son released the fabrics to her. He pretty much gave her the, here. She's like, well, he basically said, if you're gonna make clothes, use this fabric, because you got to use the best fabric if you call yourself making suits or and such, you know. So he gave her the fabric, and then that was all she wrote. And then from there, she lived happily ever after. And I'm not saying that you can't live happily ever after because a pink man released your trinkets, but I'm thinking, if I'm gonna live free for the help of pink man, it's gonna be because he gave me back the keys, not because he gave me a job, or not even because he took his foot off my neck, because I still have to survive after that. Like, and that's gonna be the spinoff of my next topic, or pretty much my next point. So the next point is the pink man or the others, because like I say, the age, you gotta consider the agents too, which I consider pink. Like, if you ain't nappy headed, you're the other. So let's say they release their foot off your neck. Okay, leave the niggers alone. Get away from the niggers, get out of their way, and allow them to work. Leave the niggers alone. So that's the message to the world. Leave the niggers alone. Back up, don't get in their way, don't stop them, don't take their money, leave their stuff alone, get them their shit back, all that. So yeah, so the message to the world is leave the niggers alone. Basically, get out of our way and let us do our job. Now with that being said, this is the part where a lot of Negroes get nervous, or a lot of Negroes feel like, now I gotta stay with my bubble, or now I gotta figure out what the hell's going on here. Because a lot of people, this is another thing too that stops the Negro and turns them into the dependent / gotta have somebody around, or gotta have somebody pink in the picture. Because a lot of people too will argue, if the pink people are not around, or if the pink people are not here, y'all not gonna know how to run the world. You ain't gonna know what to do with the satellite system or the water. Basically, you're not gonna know how to keep the ball spinning if there's no people or others around to tell you or to take care of you, so to speak. And I'm thinking like, here's the thing, and this is for any Negro that feel that way, that, oh, you can't survive without pink people. You've been doing it already. Because I can promise you, you are not where you're supposed to be. And I can promise you, most, if not all of y'all, are literally one paycheck, one outburst, or one footstep from being out the garbage can any damn way. You see what I'm saying? No matter how great you're doing. Because you can be doing, perfectly fine. But if you lose your job, then we'll see how fine you're doing. Or if you lose that income, we'll see how fine you're. Or if you lose whatever got you good, then you won't be so good the next day. You see what I'm saying? So everybody feel like they've arrived because they have, I wouldn't even say 40 acres and a half of an acre in a pit bull, and perhaps they've arrived, because they may have a trinket or two, or may have a house or two. But here's the thing, like, all that can change overnight, like, especially if it's just a job, or especially if there's something like literally like a thin line that's keeping you there. If it's just your job that makes you feel like you're something, if that job goes out of business, or if they lay you off, or if you go out of business, then there goes that pedestal. You see what I'm saying? But my thing was, you'll get people who will argue, oh, well, we're not going to be able to survive without pink people because, if you leave it to the niggers, y'all wouldn't know what to do with the satellites, wouldn't know what to do with the water, basically wouldn't know how to keep the ball spinning. But here's the thing, you don't know how to do it now. You see what I'm saying? So for the Negroes who feel that way, like, if we get rid of the pink people, if there's nobody here to hold us here on our hand, we're going to be in trouble. That's what you're in trouble right now because of that mindset. You see what I'm saying? Because they can tell me, like, okay, the world has came to a pause. I am officially the queen of the world, so that means I'm going to take it from here. And I can barely even say, I don't know nothing about no damn sewers. I don't know nothing about no damn satellites. I don't know nothing about no damn this and that. And that's perfectly fine, because I don't know nothing about it now. So it's like, it's not going to be any different when I get the keys. You see what I'm saying? And a lot of people use that as fear, like, we can't become the rulers because we don't know how to run a satellite. You don't know how to do it now. Like I said, that's the problem. We don't know how to do anything, and then since we don't know how to do it, now I have to be up under you, or now I gotta have you holding my hand through this. And I'm thinking, like, I will be perfectly fine because I didn't know how to do it then, but I can learn how to do it now. Like I said, once the shift happens, where, okay, now I am officially the queen or the ruler of the world, then me not knowing how to do something or not being familiar with something, that's nothing new. I'm not familiar with it now, but that doesn't mean I can't learn. That's the thing, that we have it's like we're sick in the head to the point where you feel like, okay, yeah, you might not know east from west, but you can learn. You see what I'm saying? And just because I don't know east from west, don't mean you don't know east from west. That's why I stress it's important to get with like-minded people. If I know that I'm somebody who wants to literally have a full circle community or a full circle unit going to keep the world spinning, you need to go into the department of the subjects or topics or these sections that you need help with. You don't know anything about the water system, but he does, but she does. Gather people for the water system. Gather people for the carpenter system. There's people out there who knows about satellites or that are into technology and computers and all that. You need to get in the department of, basically of the department. Gather people of the department that you need. And that's our thing. I don't know if we're afraid of learning, or we literally are afraid of power, or afraid to actually take care of your damn self without having a pink person paying you, underpaying you. I'm just like, oh my goodness. To me, I feel like I can thrive with nothing. You literally hand over the keys and I have nothing, no money, no food or nothing. No pink people or nothing, and I feel like I would thrive. I would thrive like the bamboo. The story of the bamboo is like, okay, so it's buried underground, and you'll get no action for 5 years. You plant the bamboo plant, or the bamboo seed, and it'll sit there in the same spot. You'll think like, what the hell's wrong with this bamboo? It ain't grew, it ain't sprouted or nothing in all of these years. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 years done passed, and this damn bamboo is still sitting there. But pretty much after year 5, once that sprouts, or literally once you see like a piece of the bamboo's hand come out the ground, you know, like the Thriller movie. From there, oh, it's taking off. That bamboo might be 20 feet tall by next week. You see, so that's how I feel that I am. You know, yeah, I might appear to be stagnant, or non-existent, or whatever it is, but think of me as the bamboo. Once everything gets out of my damn, and hell, I have literally no nothing, no food, water, clothes, nothing. But the only difference is there's no pink people around, or there's nobody in my way. So from there, you better believe I'm gonna blow up. You better believe it. And like I said, I don't know nothing, don't have nothing. But that don't mean I can't accomplish things. You see what I'm saying? A lot of people think like, oh, well, I haven't arrived because I graduated from Penn State, or I haven't, you know, like, man, if you don't shut the F up. Because here's another thing too. People think that success is, oh, I have all of these degrees, or I have all of these vehicles, I got all of these pink men and women. That's not success, because all of that can be taken away. And it happens like clockwork every damn time. Do you know how many niggers out there do you have that they think that they've arrived because they're a doctor, or they're this and that? And the second they step on the toes of massa, now you're eating out the garbage can, or you're back to eating out the garbage can. Or you thought you arrived because you had that pink man or woman, and now that you received your toe tag, now you're back in hell, or, you know, it's like one of those things, it's like you haven't really arrived, especially if somebody else had to crown you. That's the problem. That's the problem. That's kind of like me moving into your mansion and feel like I'm doing something. Oh, I've arrived. I'm living with the wealthy, or I'm living with the pink man, you know, and it's like, no, you have not. You're just enjoying the moment for the moment until it's your time to be brought back down to zero where you were found. You see what I'm saying? You have to build yourself up so you don't have to worry about getting knocked off. But like I said, because any pedestal that I'm on, or any title that I have, is my title, a self-made title. It cannot be taken away. You see what I'm saying? That's why what do you do? I don't work for the pink man, I promise you that. You know, that's why I say that now with an attitude. People blow me with that, because they'll judge you off that. Because if you can say, oh, I'm a bum, I eat out the garbage can, they're going to judge you for that. Or I'm a dentist, or I'm a doctor. Then they're going, oh, you arrived. And no, the hell you haven't. Because all of that can be taken away. Like I say, you say and do the wrong thing, now your dumb ass back. You went from being a doctor, now you asking Skid Row to move over so you can have somewhere to stay. So no, you have not arrived. You have not. My definition of arrived is literally you're good, whether you got it or not. Like I say, that's what I'm working on. I'm working on right now. I'm working on being good, whether I have it or not. Because like I say, I can be living great right now, but tomorrow's going to be a whole nother story. You know? So I'm thinking about us getting back to where we need to be. We need to be in our own accord, amongst ourselves. Hold the others. Because it's the others that feel like, oh, well, I made you. And you didn't make nothing. Only thing you made, you making me mad. Because you're in my way. Because I can promise you, leave me with nothing, no food, water, clothes, nothing, and you get out of my way, I can promise you I'm going to be just fine. I promise you that. Because all of this stuff that's happening now, and that you see around you now, that's not impossible. All of that stuff was built. And it really did. It did start off with us, but it's like now, it's like one of those things like you make the cake and they eat it. That's how it's been working all this time. To the point now where you feel like you don't deserve anything. The second we do something great, and we have to pat the pink man or the pink woman's back, oh, because they made us. No. Really, they need you, but for some reason you feel like you need them. Let's say like you do need them. Oh, I need you to survive, and that's probably why you're on your way out the door now. But they really need you. They need you to survive. Even if they need you to survive by getting rid of you, and then they feel like they've arrived, but they still need you. Because how the hell do you think these Asians are riding around in Teslas? They're riding around in Teslas because they're using your money. And that's another thing too. Will we always claim, oh, I'm broke? With all the money that goes through the Negro community? Now, like, I'm not going to say that the niggas going to be happy to pay you over paying the Asians, but these people, they're balling for a reason. They're not balling. They didn't just come over here with money. These people they have a lot of their trinkets and a lot of their wealth and a lot of their status comes from us. You see, especially that hair care industry. If that hair care, we can literally put the hair care industry out of business ourselves. There's a lot of places and a lot of sectors of business that we can put out of business because we are their biggest customer. You see what I'm saying? We might be the worst customer, but we're the ones whose money they're taking. You see what I'm saying? So you'll get Negroes to feel like they can't survive without others, or they can't do nothing without others, but it's like, that's how the hell they're thriving. Like, again, if you look at these Asians here in California, they're riding good, they're living good, and a lot of that has to do with you, the money that they collect from the niggers. You see what I'm saying? So I don't know if we have a habit of we spend in the wrong department. So therefore, if we say like, oh, well, I don't have any money or I'm broke, with all the money that's in a Negro, you have to know where to shop amongst your people. You can get rich from your people the same way they get rich off you. But it's like we have to do it in the right way. Okay, this is us supporting each other, and then this is us, pretty much like, okay, I support you, you support me, and then that's how the circle grows, because we're all putting into this pot. And then therefore we can take from that pot if need be, because we're all throwing it, you know what I mean? We're all feeding the fire. So then therefore, if we need the flame, it ought to be there, because we are feeding the fire. And I'm thinking we go wrong, because instead of us saying, I'm going to feed this pot, we're going to feed the Asians, so that therefore when they blow up, then they're able to step on our back, or they're able to, you know what I'm saying? Now they're able to mistreat us, because we're just there to keep them afloat. You see what I'm saying? And we do that to where we treat each other like how we treat the Asians. I'm just going to give you all your money for some yaki, or I'm going to give you all my money for some rat and dog, or whatever it is that we're patronizing them for. That's literally all you have to do. Stop patronizing your demise. Stop paying for your demise. And I'm not saying that you, just because they're nappy-headed, yet that's nothing too. You have to watch out for the Negroes too, like as far as like the black church. You see what I'm saying? You can't support every black person, because every black person's not for you, and then you don't know where they're gonna. But you have to get with. If I say get with, the keyword is like-minded people. Like-minded. So then, therefore, you know what you're investing in. Like, oh, I'm investing into this department and this department, all to get the ball rolling, because we're all on the same accord. You see what I'm saying? That's the only part. That's the only part that I have. Like, the only challenge is finding the like-minded people, the people that actually want to learn and grow, and actually want to build community. That's how you get your community. You get with community-minded people, versus people who just want to be, I just want to get rich. Like, pretty much, if I have my business, oh, this is for me to get rich, and then therefore I'm the only one. I'm successful. I arrived, in front of my people. You see what I'm saying? Using my people to uplift me, and I'm the only one that has arrived. That's why you're in the wrong department. If it's literally not a thing where like we're all here to learn, grow, and elevate, and this is how we're literally lifting up each other. If it's not a group, pretty much a group effort, then you're in the wrong department. Because we can't have any more selfish. We don't need any more leaders. We don't need any more head niggers in charge, because that's our problem too. That's how you fall fast too. I want to say that's how the Moors fell. The Moors fell because everybody wanted to be the nigger in charge. Everybody's royalty, but everybody wanted to be the head nigger in charge. So now everybody's in trouble. Yeah, so I would say the trick is to get with like-minded people who are not self-centered, who don't have that head nigger mentality in charge, and to get with like-minded people who want to invest and grow in each other. Therefore, you put into this to actually build a real community. And like I said, we all don't think that way. That's why that's going to be the biggest challenge. It's not figuring out what department to join, or not figuring out where you're going to get the money. It's the worst part, or the hardest part, is going to be finding like-minded Negroes. The Negroes who you can actually trust. The Negroes that are not self-centered. And the Negroes who can, the keyword can, K-A-N, can live without pink people. That's going to be the number one challenge. Finding the niggers that can live without pink people or others. They don't need somebody pink to pay them, or don't need somebody pink to hold their hand, through good or bad. Be well, be safe.